Politics affects all of our lives, and we're all citizens. We all have a stake in what happens in this country. We pay taxes here. Our kids are growing up here, going to schools here, and I don't want to sit out. I want to make sure that my voice is heard, but also that I lift up other voices and make sure they're heard too.
Georgia, how do you cast your vote?
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to officially nominate Kamala Harris for president. Five, get out, another round of shots. DNC, turn out for what?
We are voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz because they are fighting to protect our reproductive freedom, our planet, and our democracy.
For decades now, it's been known that Hollywood is like an ATM for Democratic politicians who airdrop into schmooze at celebrity-packed fundraisers and court-wealthy entertainment moguls. Kamala Harris has a very different relationship with the city. It's been her home when she's not in Washington, D.C., since she wed L.A. entertainment lawyer Doug Emhoff in 2014. Celebrities have weighed in on the 2024 presidential race in a variety of ways in recent weeks, with some of the biggest names in politics and Hollywood backing a particular candidate in hopes of moving the needle this November. Breaking Bad actor Bryan Cranston said he will support Kamala Harris in November as the father of a daughter because women should be able to have, within their lifetime, the fundamental right of freedom of choice. Musician Neil Young said on his website that he would vote for Kamala because she is an honest, forthright truth teller who is experienced in the White House, free from ambiguity or evasiveness, who goes straight to the point. But as you would expect, not everyone is boarding that boat. Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker, who made headlines earlier this year after giving a controversial college graduation speech that touched on Catholic values, abortion, IVF, and a woman's role in society, endorsed Donald Trump, calling him the president who is going to be the most pro-life president in a Fox News interview. But musician Bruce Springsteen shared a video to his Instagram saying he would support Harris and Tim Walz in November because they are committed to a vision of this country that respects and includes everyone, regardless of class, religion, race, political point of view, or SUL identity. On his part, actor Zachary Levi, who starred in the DC Comics Shazam films, endorsed Trump while moderating an event with former candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., saying he would have voted for Kennedy in a perfect world, but now believes Trump is going to help take back this country. Pop star Chappelle Roan followed up a TikTok video posted in which she said she would not endorse a presidential candidate, with a second video strongly criticizing the Democratic Party, but saying, "Yeah, I'm voting for effing Kamala," she said, mispronouncing the vice president's first name.
I'm Fran Drescher, and I approve this message.
She was working at the White House, what a cool VP. And then Biden stopped his campaign saying, no, not me. What were we to do? Where were we to go? We were out on our fanny. Then suddenly chose Kamala as the one to run. She raised millions and endorsements came from everyone. She's got brains, she's got balls, and some walls. She'll soon be President Harris. Who would have guessed that a girl who turned black would find a way to bring hope and joy back? Now the campaign is really bitching.
Watch out, DT.
And Republicans say they're switching.
'Cause they agree
that the lady who laughs is now the one to save democracy. The girl who just fell out of a coconut tree.
Actress Fran Drescher posted an animated video to TikTok set to the theme song of her famous show, The Nanny, supporting Kamala, with lyrics like, "She's got brains, she's got balls, and Tim Walz. She'll soon be President Harris." A good number of the biggest names in Hollywood came out in support of Biden before he dropped out of the race, before turning their support to Kamala. Olivia Rodrigo endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris by sharing a video of a speech the vice president gave promising to stop Donald Trump's extreme abortion bans. Major Democratic fundraiser George Clooney, who used a New York Times essay to call for Biden to drop out of the race, lent his support to Kamala. Barbra Streisand said she would support the vice president because of her vow to fight for reproductive rights. Award-winning singer John Legend, who performed at the Democratic National Convention in 2024, posted he was so ready for a Kamala presidency. Director Spike Lee, West Wing creator Aaron Sorkin, and director Ken Burns threw their support behind the vice president, along with actresses Rosie O'Donnell and Jamie Lee Curtis. Robert De Niro, who narrated an advertisement for the Biden campaign, praised the president's selfless patriotism in a statement that did not mention Kamala but said, "There is nothing more important for our country than defeating Donald Trump at the ballot box." British pop artist Charlie XCX brought Kamala into the Gen Z fold by tweeting, "Kamala is brat," an endorsement that was met by Harris's team changing the background photo on her X account to the brat green color and using the same font used on Charlie XCX's album of the same name. Rapper Cardi B, who in May said she wouldn't be endorsing Biden, tweeted, "Ah ha 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 ha, let's go. I told y'all Kamala was supposed to be the 2024 candidate." Pop musician Kesha said she plans to support Kamala in November, and when asked how she felt about Vance, responded, "F that man." Beyoncé has not made a public endorsement, but did give the Kamala campaign permission to use her song Freedom in a video of her first official visit to her campaign's headquarters, a rare approval from the superstar musician. Beyoncé's mom and businesswoman Tina Knowles endorsed Biden's assistant with an Instagram post. Former President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle and former President Bill Clinton and his wife, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, have also thrown their support behind Kamala. Former President Jimmy Carter, who recently turned 100, reportedly told his son he was trying to make it to his 100th birthday so he could cast his vote for Kamala Harris. S in the City actress and former New York gubernatorial candidate Cynthia Nixon threw her support behind Kamala and her vice presidential pick, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, in a post that read, "I'm walzing on air." Billionaire Mark Cuban, who previously said he was committed to voting for Biden, has also supported Harris and endorsed Walz as her running mate, calling him someone who can sit at the kitchen table and make you feel like you have known him forever. Actor Tony Goldwyn, Republican political commentator Ana Navarro, comedian Mindy Kaling, and actress Kerry Washington each supported the Harris-Walz campaign by hosting one evening of the Democratic National Convention. Nick Offerman, Jane Fonda, Ben Stiller, Kathy Griffin, John Stamos, Ed Helms, Tiffany Haddish, and Ike Barinholtz were among those who appeared in a Comics for Harris virtual rally via Zoom, which reportedly raised close to $500,000 for the Harris campaign. Over Labor Day weekend, a fundraiser for the Democratic ticket in Southampton, New York, was hosted by Vogue editor-in-chief Anna Wintour and fashion designer Tory Burch, among others. Actors Matt Damon and Lin-Manuel Miranda attended the fundraiser in New York City in September, for which tickets were listed at $25,000 per person to support the Kamala Harris-Tim Walz ticket, Bloomberg reported. Actress Aubrey Plaza posted a photo of herself on Instagram holding Grumpy Cat, the face of a famous meme, with the caption, "Harris-Walz." Mel Brooks said he was all in for the Harris and Walz ticket in a post to social media holding his dog, adding, "I don't have a cat, so a dog will have to do." Stevie Nicks did not name a particular candidate when she encouraged her followers to vote in an Instagram post, but signed her message, "Childless Dog Lady." Billionaire pop star Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris in an Instagram post minutes after a debate between the VP and Donald Trump wrapped up, with a photo of her holding her cat that has since been recreated by several other celebrities. After declining to endorse a candidate in 2020, Martha Stewart said at the Retail Influencer CEO Forum she will support Kamala Harris in the election because she wants a president who doesn't hate New York and doesn't hate democracy, the Daily Beast reported. Pop star Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas, a songwriter and producer, made a video about National Voter Registration Day, and Billie said they would both be voting for Harris and Walz because they are fighting to protect our reproductive freedom, our planet, and our democracy. In a video posted to the Kamala HQ TikTok account, famous television scientist Bill Nye called Trump a climate change denier and encouraged viewers to vote with the climate in mind. Nye participated in the Geeks and Nerds for Harris fundraiser on September 28th, hosted by Wonder Woman star Linda Carter, that also featured Star Trek actors LeVar Burton and Anthony Rapp, actor Misha Collins of Supernatural, Star Wars actor Mark Hamill, and others. Actress Jennifer Lawrence told People magazine she is supporting Harris because abortion is literally on the ballot, and she believes Harris will do whatever she can to protect reproductive rights. At the time of her marriage, Kamala was the Attorney General of California and based in the Bay Area. but she'd already forged tight friendships with a number of Angelenos, including Disney Entertainment co-chairman Dana Walden, who had known her since 1994, long before either of them ascended to the lofty perches they occupy today. The vice president met Emhoff on a blind date arranged by another close LA friend, Chrisette Hudlin, wife of director-producer Reginald Hudlin. As she recalled in her book, The Truths We Hold, Hudlin told her, "I just met this guy. He's cute, and he's the managing partner of his law firm, and I think you're really going to like him." In a kind of circular kismet, Hudlin says she met her husband on a blind date arranged by Dana and her husband Matt Walden. Full circle. Huh? Bad Robot co-CEO Katie McGrath, a former political strategist and a friend of Kamala's, remembers meeting her at one of her first fundraising events in Los Angeles. She was just immediately impressive and warm and promising and tough, but also full of joy. All of the qualities that she still has, McGrath says. It was refreshing to meet somebody who was on the rise in that way, who we could very confidently get behind. Or as McGrath's husband, J.J. Abrams, once wrote for Vanity Fair, "What struck me upon hearing her speak was that we had stumbled upon the most unusual of creatures, an authentically inspiring human being who happened to be in politics." Of course, politicians are supposed to inspire, but how often do you feel inspired? For me, the answer is essentially never, but Kamala struck a chord. The sitting vice president solidified her standing in LA while stumping for Barack Obama on the campaign trail. She was almost immediately recognized in the entertainment circles as a rising star, according to a 2009 Los Angeles Times story. By the time she was making the rounds of Brentwood and Beverly Hills to raise money for her attorney general campaign, the crowds were wowed, the article continued. She's articulate and beautiful, sort of like a political version of Halle Berry. She had A-list supporters even then. Chris Rock, Chuck Lorre, Norman Lear, Sean Penn, Sherry Lansing, Universal Chairman Donna Langley, as well as the Hudlins, the Waldens, McGrath, and Abrams. Another early fan was top talent agent Chris Silberman, now a managing director at Creative Artists Agency. He's known Emhoff since they were neighbors in their early 20s. "He and I would play pickup basketball on the weekend," Silberman says. "I'd go to his place for dinner after work all the time." As glittering as Kamala's network of supporters is, he says, their LA life's pretty quiet. It's not like they are showing up all over town or constantly going to premieres together. In the days since Biden stepped down, social media has been flooded with memes and videos capturing different facets of Kamala, offering recipe advice, discussing her taste in music, laughing, or interrogating a Supreme Court nominee. "I used to say, I wish voters saw the Kamala we know, who cooks meals and hangs out with her friends and laughs at funny things," one of her friends says. "And I feel like in the last 24 hours, more people are seeing her that way." Hollywood went into panic mode over Joe Biden's candidacy after the presidential debate. Most of that anxiety has now morphed into unabashed excitement and energy unlike anything Americans have seen, according to Jordan C. Brown, a Hollywood political strategist who served on the Biden campaign's Entertainment Advisory Council and worked on events for Kamala during her Senate and presidential runs. "I think people didn't realize how worried and hopeless they were until she had this opportunity and the party united behind her. I've just never seen anything like it." Because Kamala has become a presidential candidate so late in the cycle, there will be fewer opportunities for fundraisers. Maybe she'll be here twice between now and the election, given how little time there is, so everyone will just get on board, says Brown, the strategist. "You'll have the old guard, but you'll also have some of the new generation helping, like Shonda Rhimes, Greg Berlanti, Ryan Murphy, and Scooter Braun. Rhimes has already publicly announced her support for Kamala, as have George Clooney, Barbara Streisand, Spike Lee, and Kerry Washington, among many others. There are some industry powerhouses who privately are going to vote for Trump because of taxes or Israel," Brown says. "But by and large, I think all the usual suspects that supported Obama, Clinton, and Biden will be on board soon." Clearly, Madam Vice President has some serious support from Hollywood, and it will be worth seeing how it all turns out. And that's it from us today. Until next time, thank you for watching.